Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to look at my little 3-tree kind of forest planting, and these are portulacaria afra lilliput or dwarf jades. Lilliputs just have really tiny leaves if you're not familiar with those. I stuck these, they were pretty much just little sticks, cuttings. I mean, they're still not very big, but they are maturing some. The trunk's starting to get a little rough on them. And I can tell they're getting bigger. Definitely grown a lot taller, just getting a little wild. So I'm just going to do a quick maintenance prune, start looking at some branch selection, and kind of just see where it goes and just clean out some of this stuff. I'm thinking I would like to, at least initially, because I like to end up with either a dome, some sort of a loose triangle shape, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going, since these are closer together, if I want to kind of join these together and kind of have a dome shape over here or triangle shape, and then have a different kind of a little break and then something else, or little domes or something. I'm not sure yet, but I definitely want to have some separation, definitely down at the bottom. So I'll clean some of this stuff up, see how high I can go up with some branches, and then determine my height at the overall planting, and then just kind of see what we're left with. So I think starting off, we'll get rid of some of these lower branches that I think are a bit too low for what I want to do. This guy's leaning forward a little bit, but it's pretty well rooted, so I think we'll just leave it there. It may just add a little interest. I think these branches that are coming out towards the front are a little too low and kind of in the way. This one's growing back to the right side, kind of in the way. I think this one's a little bit too low as well. If I can leave that back branch, or is that too low? I think it's a little low there. This one kind of growing back, and it's a bar branch to this one next to it. If I'm going to leave one, I'd rather leave that one, so I think I'm going to get rid of that. Just kind of open it up a little bit. This is just a short sprout that's coming out. Go ahead and take that one off. Same with this one. I think we're still a little bit too low and coming out to the front. Now the decision is, I've got this long branch here, but it's pretty low. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take that off. It's just too low, even though I like the width on it, but I do have another branch right above it that I can let grow. And then this back branch here is, I'm kind of looking at my height. It may work because I've got some branches about the same height there. I've got this one trimmed up decent. This little sprout growing in the crook of those two. Don't need that. This is growing down here. Don't need that one. All right, so now this is coming out towards the front a little bit too far. All right, so now got this tree over here they're kind of crisscrossing back and forth. I'm just not sure how tall I want to get these. And this center one, get some of these leaves out of the way that are just individual leaves growing on the right out of the trunk. So we'll just get rid of those. And sometimes I'll get in there with tweezers or my fingers and just kind of pinch off some of those little, it's just kind of a single leaf or a real small sprout. I guess I won't mind it if it's a little congested once I get up into the tops, because that's how trees grow in nature, but got to keep them somewhat thinned out because branches will die if they don't get enough sun or light. I guess we're in the winter time here in Texas, so everything's inside, but it's still getting artificial light. All right, now deciding on height. Thinking something like that may be about the right height, at least for now. So let's start there. This one. I think this one will be this planting will be fun to kind of revisit, over the years, kind of looking at the videos, how it started and how it develops. Because like I said, when I planted it, it was just basically little twigs, about half the diameter of what they are now. To bring this one down quite a bit. About let some of these shoots get too long. But like you hear me say, I got quite a few trees and some of them just get lost in the shuffle. Don't get to them. And some I intentionally put like on bottom shelves where I can't see them. I don't have any intent to get them out very often, just because I'm wanting them to get some size and bulk on them. And that was kind of where this one was, because I do want it to grow a little quicker. And who knows, in the future this may get into a more of a landscape pot, and these may be the featured trees, and then I plant a couple other trees around it. Who knows where it'll go in the future. This needs to come in quite a bit. Now they're kind of starting to look like maybe some individual trees in there. Some of these shoots in the back off a little bit. It's kind of messy back there. Let's see what we got. This is growing down. Some of these small sprouts in here that get rid of. I think I could come back a little more on these. This isn't not even close to being what the final shape's going to be, but just one step closer. I'm starting to get the little triangle shape, but I would like to maybe should have left this one a little longer because I was wanting to have the triangle a little off center, not just a straight right in the center one, but have it off center. But I might just have to let that grow back out. Let's bring this down some and let it grow. It'll still look okay. That one down. Oh, it's still pretty busy in here. Got a bunch of little growth up close to the trunk. Some of that snipped off here. We'll just go back a little more on this one. This is too far. Might not quite be the shape I was looking for yet, but this is getting it thinned out a little bit so it'll get more light on these interior branches. Like this leaf here, it's just on the trunk by itself, growing towards the interior. Don't really need that, so those are the kind of the ones that I just pick off. Going a little bit more aggressive just so it'll ramify a little more, get some more branching. Not sure I like that branch because it's kind of growing off to the side. Let's bring it back. Just looking down inside some of these, just to thin out some of this growth that's really close to the crooks where the branches come out of the trunk. Just cleaning some of those up. Some of these long straight branches, take those back. These leaves that are pointing straight down, I'll get rid of those. A little better, not finished by any means, but I think we accomplished the goal for today, just to thin it out a little bit, get rid of some of those long shoots, start getting it into a final shape that I'm going for. Bring these back a little bit more. Yeah, as I'm spinning it around, I'm just kind of looking at the overall profile, kind of looking at this shape here, and as I'm looking at it, I've got this branch coming off back this way, so if I can let this one get a little taller, it would, because it kind of zigzags, and this could zigzag back towards the left, and I can kind of let it take over. I might even just go ahead and cut this down a little bit shorter. Maybe let this one come out and kind of fill that and kind of be the apex of that tree, and that way the center will be kind of here, and then come down from that side and be a little shorter on this side and longer on that side. So that's what I'm thinking at this point. We'll see where it goes, but it's coming along nicely. Like I said, just starting with a few cuttings in a pot earlier this year. Yeah. Trying to see what I got here. This is kind of growing straight out towards the front, which is okay once you get up into the top third of the tree, but I just don't want it to be too eye pokey. Yeah, I mean, I could see this really developing into something. I could have some different pads over here as it goes, and like I said, get it, once they get bigger, get it into a bigger pot, and then maybe even turn it into a bigger group or forest planting where there's maybe 5 or 7 trees in it. But I like where it's at for this stage in development. I'm just going to clean up some of these leaves off the top. I always like to do that, even when they're outside, especially when they're inside, just in case I end up with any critters. Just don't want to give them any place to be able to hide down into the soil, under the leaves. So I try to clean the leaves off. So if I do spray it with some insecticidal soap or something like that, that it can get down into the whole surface of the soil and take care of any critters that are down there. But so far this year, my trees have been in for about a month and haven't seen any signs of anything. I did do pretty heavy pre-treating this year, so hopefully that helps. But all right, I think I'm looking at it. I might want to take this back to the next node, just to kind of, that seemed like it was sticking out a little bit. So yeah, not too bad. So we'll leave it there for today. Give you a quick spin around. There's the front. There's the left side. There's the back. Right side. And back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.